Hi, everybody. So today I'm going to discuss how to set up a landing page in Kajabi. We're going to deal with the sequencing, the automation, the setup of thank you pages after the entire series. But I think what we would want to do now is we're going to set up the landing page in Kajabi, and then I think we can create this entire loop, right? Like set up the landing page in Kajabi, create the thank you page that is aligned or like connected to the Kajabi landing page. And then we're going to have a lead capture form where we're going to get the emails and the basic info of the people that we're targeting. And then we're going to create an email automation, sending the thank you email and driving them to download the lead magnet that we have. So what we're gonna do in this video is a full lead magnet campaign. So to start things off, I want to discuss with you um, the reason why we're using Kajabi. So this is not my account. I'm using a Mac account because Kajabi is expensive. So as you guys know, Kajabi is, let me check the current pricing for Kajabi. It's roughly around 125. So let me just verify that one. So for the Kickstarter, which is getting the foundations right to set up your business, that's $55 per month. The basic plan is 119 per month, which is billed annually. But if you're going to go for the monthly billing, that would be $149. For the growth plan, which is the most popular according to them, that is specific towards expanding the business and getting serious about growing. $159 per month if billed annually. But if you're going to go for the monthly billing, that would be $199. And then for the Pro, $319 per month. Of course, it has larger capabilities. You can create 100 products, 100 funnels. You can store 100,000 contacts and what have you. Kajabi is one of my favorite funnel builder, precisely because it has almost everything that you need. You can set up your emails without really much hassle. It also has good integration. So if you're using Mailchimp, you can use custom data from your app to power create relevant marketing campaigns. So you can integrate both. I actually use Segment a lot, especially when it comes to business intelligence. I used to connect that with Facebook ads. And then, of course, I think all of us marketers are familiar with Zapier and the integrations that it has. Um, Creator that IO is on creation of custom AI powered chatbots for lead capture and assistance of customers. So, like what I mentioned earlier, Kajabi is an all-in-one, ready-to-go platform. It has everything that your business needs. So, let's say, for example, you want to set up an online course. So, you can set up your online course in Kajabi. It has a landing page. You can set up a fully integrated website that connects everything in one place. It has an integration with Stripe and PayPal, so you can get paid earlier. Funnel is my favorite feature. Visual editor as well. It's very easy. Think about WordPress. Yeah, it's very easy. It's a no-code platform. You don't really have to code unless you're going to. I think you just need to do some minor editing. Like for example, in Kajabi, I upload custom fonts. So that is the reason why I actually edit the code. But other than that, if you're not trying to use custom fonts, then you can just, work within the platform. So let's try to go back to the platform, right? Let's go back to the main dashboard. So the first thing we're going to do is get familiarized with everything here that we're seeing in front of us. So the platform, the tools that we have here, we have the dashboard, the products. Under this is what I'm talking about earlier: the courses, coaching, community, podcasts. Under the sales, so it behaves like HubSpot, right? It also has the sales tool, so payments, offers, coupons, affiliates, and then for the website, which I, by the way, use this a lot: design, website pages, landing pages, navigation, and blog. And then for marketing, we have the email campaigns, funnel creation, automations, events, and forms. And then the contacts that we've seen earlier, which is the number of contacts you can store within the platform is depending on the kind of plan that you have. And we also have the creator studio, but some of these features are actually available for those with upgraded plans. So custom templates, expert services, those are the things that we're talking about. However, for this video, the challenge that we have to only do is to create a landing page. So when you create a landing page, just go to website and then click landing pages under the drop down. As you can see, I already created some of my landing pages here, but I'm just going to show you how to create it. When you're doing it in fresh from scratch. So the first thing you're going to do is just click plus new landing page. And then I love envisioning what I wanted or needed to do. And then I love to pick the templates because they're pre-built already. However, the first task at hand is really understanding what is the category or the classification of the landing page that you're trying to create. So, for example, are you aiming to drive awareness to your online presence? Then you can do a link in bio or other things. Um, are you trying to set up a thank you campaign? Are you trying to launch an offer or an event that's happening in the next few days? Are you trying to get the emails of your target audiences? So you would want to create an opt-in landing page and things like that. So it's easy and actually really good to figure out what you want to get out of these landing page builder. For the purpose of this demo, what we're gonna do is we're going to create a sample sales campaign. So, for example, this one. We're gonna choose this evolve campaign because we're going to wait. Let me think. Okay, we're gonna choose this because this is not the one I chose earlier. And then click get started, and let's say demo purpose, landing page, and PP for positive performance. Say, for example, that is the client that we're trying to build a page for. Now, because we already have the template, everything is going to be pre-populated already. So this is how the Kajabi interface, right? It's pre-populated already with the information that you chose earlier. And then I wonder where my camera is. Okay, let me just try to move my camera too. Is there a way to like take this to here? There you go. We got it. It's a challenge sometimes because when you navigate through or across the entire window, sometimes it's not popping up. Let's say, for example, um, I want to create a landing page for a client, a mindset coaching website. So the first thing you would need to do in a landing page setup is look at the different sections of the page. So as you go through here, for example, at the top is the header, obviously. Then the next part is the divider. Divider, then hero. You see, if I click hero, it was going down through the page. Let's say I want to click feature card 3, right? So now you get the sense that this is like from the top to the bottom, kind of a flow. Now, you can definitely find now the section that you want to edit. Say, for example, because I'm trying to sell a mindset coaching website for a mindset coach, and her name is um, Lindsay Wilson. So it's going to do this, Lindsay Wilson, right? So um, whenever you want to edit something, you just need to double press it, right? So in here, for example, this is the text that we want to edit. This is actually in caps earlier, so we're going to follow suit. And then let's say, for example, take the first step towards transformation. Get access to top-rated personal development courses and training. We're going to sell an ebook to the audiences. So get access or get your free copy of our ebook on how to become an official, a certified, I think that's better, a certified mindset coach. Obviously, you can highlight some text that you want. I chose to highlight the fact that we're offering a free lead magnet in the form of an ebook. Of course, the CTA changes as well. So in here, the CTA is join now, but we're going to change this. Since we're trying to sell an ebook, we're just going to say download now, or because this is a lead generation campaign and the priority is to actually capture the emails, we will not be driving them to download instantly. Instead, we're going to get their emails first so that they can download after. So that would be get my free copy now. So it's like I'm saying take the first step, but then, once they click that, there will be a certain opt in. And that would be the lead capture, which is when we take them to um, sorry, this one. Or you know what? I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to drive them to the email capture later. So let's say I'm just going to put that open to step opt-in pop-up for now, but I'm gonna change this later. Just to also clarify everybody, when you do this, say for example, you want to configure the look with by changing the color of the button, right? As mentioned, because these are templates, the moment you pre-populate this, the colors are pre-populated as well. Meaning to say, so let's just save it very quickly. The first thing that you should do is acknowledge that these things are not your brand. And because these are not your brand, you just have to click on back. And then once you're here in the upper level layer section, click on settings and then configure the style guide. because in here you can change the configuration of the brand fonts, the colors, the headings, the sizes, primary color, secondary color, the color of the buttons, and things like that. Okay, so acknowledge that this is not your brand. So, for example, here are the brand elements of PP or positive performance. We need to make sure that the brand color is reflected in the website. So, for example, we have here the hex. So just make sure that we copy the brand colors that we like, and then Control C, go back to the builder that we have, and then let's say we want to change the, let's just cancel it for now. We want to change the um, color of the button of the CTA. So in here, button background color, currently it was, no, that was the button background, the color of the button itself. So get my free copy now. Let's go to here. Okay. Okay, so there is a color. So just click on the hex, Control V. What was the color that popped out? Sorry, did that work? Why does this keep on showing up? Include CTA, so take this step. The button action, button background color, button text color. This should be the one we're editing. Okay, remove color. Okay, wait. There you go. Finally worked. You see? I keep saving because I think you need to have a habit of saving so that your work will not be wasted. The good thing about Kajabi is that, when you save and then you preview the work that you've done, it actually doesn't keep on opening new tabs. It just keeps on reloading the same tab. So this is also the one of the things that I love about Kajabi. I already downloaded the background image that we're gonna use. So I think the question here is, how do we do that, right? So obviously, just like any website builder, when you edit something in the element, the element that you're trying to edit, hover your mouse on top of it, and then look through the left, and then see what you're trying to actually edit. So you can see the background image is here. So you just have to upload a new file, and then let's say my devices, and then we're going to change the image. So for example, that one, you see, and then just save it. So upload one file. By the way, when you're uploading a file in Kajabi, do not, and you're uploading the same file, do not keep on uploading it, especially if it's a recent file, because it has a, what you call this, like a media library. I forgot the actual term for it. Apparently, this one is not gonna work because my text is actually covering the face. So we're going to select a recent file. We're gonna change the file to another image that will help us still see her face. This one, I think. Oh, this is still in the. I think this one is more leaning towards the center. Let's see. Okay, so it's copying the file. It looks better now. And then the next thing that you're going to do is to actually decide on how expansive the text is so that it doesn't cover the subject. So let's say, for example, for the width, I just need 5 columns, right? So that way you can still see Lindsay here, and then you can see my call to actions at the left, things like that. So I already edited the the header part. What we're going to do, make sure that the title line is attractive enough, it's catchy. You're highlighting the parts of the text that you want to highlight and things like that. And if you're convinced already with the way it looks, make sure that you're saving it and then go through all of the sections. Pretty much the process is the same. So I don't want to go through, editing the entire landing page because I just want to make sure that you understand how to put the template, how to configure it, how to ensure that it's mobile friendly. So to ensure that it's mobile friendly, there are two things, right? So for example, I just edited my section. I always look at the mobile friendliness per section. So in here, the mobile text alignment is left, but in mobile, we may see it differently, right? So we can change it here. But if we click on this, does it still look good, right? So you might want to like change the way it appears. So for example, for this one, it doesn't really look good on mobile. So you might even try to figure out a way to change the way it looks. For example, this one looks good in desktop, but it doesn't look good in mobile. Maybe we can hide the entire block, right? And just go through the second section, or what have you. Or you can change the image too. You can also decide to remove the entire text from the first block so that nothing is blocked in her face. You can also do that, you know. So make sure it's mobile friendly, it's mobile responsive. For now, for the purpose of this demo, I think we're just going to create a desktop friendly kind of a landing page. Then you're going to actually look at the entire landing page. The goal of the landing page is largely to translate your vision into an actual offer. It's a lead magnet, right? For startups, for example, they said that one of their minimum viable product is a landing page where they can just talk about their ideas, and then the product is a landing page. And if you're convinced, then they get the emails, then they can grow the database that they have. For me, I don't necessarily agree with that though. I think that the landing page is just a page where you get to tell your story, and but it's not the minimum viable product for a startup, for example. Anyway, most footers, they are the last chances. So by the way, for a landing page, it shouldn't be long enough. It shouldn't be too long because if it's very long, the user experience will be not very good. However, if it's too short, then it's probably not convincing enough because there aren't much to say. There should be enough story to tell. And then you just pepper this with a lot of testimonials because obviously for coaching businesses, it's important to have a lot of testimonials why they love this program or why they supported this program or what kind of successes they've had because of this program. It's important to have these kind of successes because that's your social proof. You would want to put that all over the landing page as well. And then obviously, if you would want to guide them through the process of getting answers on the questions that they probably have in their heads about the program, like is it free? For this one, most questions relating to mindset coaching would be: is it gonna be a full accreditation? Is this how much is the certification? Things like that. Or coach really. Like people can have so many questions, and I think over the first few years of running your business, you should have had a good sense of what are the common questions that people are asking whenever you try to sell them something. For this one, it's not, I don't really have to, I think I'm just going to get a text from the other sites, other provided pages. So this is the lead magnet, by the way, that I'm trying to sell. So, for example, at the very end, I would want to tell them, so this is the lead magnet. You need to have a good understanding of the magnet that they're trying to sell. Okay, I think go back to the footer. Um, there's a certain text that I'm trying to look for. It's about, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to borrow text from other pages. There's a very specific text that I'm looking for. Here we go. So we're going to infuse that here. It's not wrong to actually, connect some of the information you have from the website as a reference to the landing page that you're building. Anyway, they have to all be coordinated. It's all just the same brand. For this one, give your athletes the focus, toughness, and resiliency you all deserve. So this is about athletes, right? So the next thing that I would do is obviously get a free photo from Pixabay. You can get free photos from Pixabay, from Pexels, from um, there's one more, Unsplash. Yeah. So let's try to look for sportsman. Okay. And then we're going to get this person. This looks good. Save with flexible plans. Okay, it looks like there is a cost here. Why is everything so expensive now? Right? Don't we have free photos? Ah, because the ones that are free are not good quality. Is that what it's saying? You know what? Let's try to go to Pexels. Sportsman. Or we can just type in athlete, right? I need a landscape like this. And then, but it doesn't look like a, it doesn't look like a very, let's try to look for the other photos. I think this one is good. Mental cycling. Sorry, it's cycling. Okay, we just downloaded it. Okay, download is complete. Now let's go back to our Kajabi. Let's try to change the background and then drop browse files. We're going to, not a video here, image. Select or upload a new file, browse files, And then here you go. And then upload one file. Okay, so that's it, guys. So, and then this one, we're just trying to actually, let's edit the text, get access to top rated, because that's actually wrong. We're going to change this. Start your journey to becoming a mindset coach now. Okay, get started. Right. What is this? Bakit may text na animated? Anyway, change this to Lindsay Wilson. I think what I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to discuss the thank you email on a different video, as well as the email sequence, because I didn't realize how tiring it is to actually just come up with one video. Anyway, so I've talked about the footer section. Um, I've talked about the header section. Now, call to actions. So I think because the call to actions are related to the email sequence, I'm going to discuss that in the next video. Call to actions, you can when you figure out this one, there's obviously an option to include the CTA, then the button is already going to pop out. But here's the critical one. Kajabi is all about building funnels and connecting one part of the campaign into the other. So these are the options that you will have to decide on once you set up the buttons part. So you can have them go to a specific section on the page. You can have them be directed to another URL. You can have them download a file instantly without getting the lead or what have you. So we're going to discuss all that sequencing, that funnel building on another video. But because I'm already tired, what I'm going to show to you is how the page that I built earlier looks like. So remember that this is a lead magnet campaign. We're trying to create a full lead magnet campaign. For those who are not familiar, a lead magnet is obviously the free offering that you're trying to give to your target audiences so you can capture their emails. So this is the one that I created earlier. It's for a potential client, positive performance. Oh, speaking of, I just want to edit this very quickly. When you edit this, by the way, you can click customize. I don't like that the text was hanging into the face of the subject. So we're going to reduce the width. Okay, let's try to reduce that to, got it now. Got it. It really has to be 7 because, or I can reduce the text, the size of the text. Right. So instead of that, not an H1, an H2. And then We're going to, again, reduce it gets uglier. It gets better. Okay. 5 is the best. There you go. So let's try to preview that. Okay. Looks better now. I just don't want the entire text to actually go across her body. It doesn't look right. So, free ebook download: How to Become a Mental Performance Coach Without a Sports Psychology Degree. Get my free copy now. For some reason, I'm not so convinced with get. Like, I would go for grab my free copy now. It sounds dictative, like grab. It's sort of like, it's like very strong. However, at least it has a teeth. So there you go. Let's try to refresh this. Grab my free copy now. I'm just thankful that the images are actually good. Okay, your transformation awaits inside this ebook from unofficial coach to official. But first, why listen to me? So this is establishing Lindsay's credibility. So testimonials, coaching success stories, and then here's the lead capture. So people are gonna fill out their form, and then some call to actions here. This is the hero section. As you can see, I populated this with the logo. If you click on this one, grab my free copy now, then it will go to that section of the page. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. The next video that we're going to show to you guys will be about how to create the email sequence for this one, as well as how to create the thank you page confirmation landing page, where we're going to actually put the free downloadable ebook, and then we're going to talk about funnels. Okay, but again, if you have the basic plan or the lower plans, you will not be able to have a lot of funnels in Kajabi. So Kajabi is expensive. It is an investment, but I think it's a worth it investment, especially for those who are really selling a lot of courses. So thank you so much. See you in the next video.